We ain't never late. We ain't never late. We might ain't get started, but we ain't never late. No. We in here, baby. We in here. Let's go, baby. Let's go ahead and get this live, baby. This good thing.
In this thing.
For some reason, I don't know why my mic seems like this. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, getting crazy. You fellas look pretty good today. Y'all look pretty good today. Y'all look like y'all been, you know what I'm saying? Look like y'all been washing y'all face and everything.
Nah, man, I need to shave, man. My stuff be getting out of hand.
You know what I'm saying? It's getting out of hand, dog.
You look good yourself, brother, and I appreciate I receive it, man. You've been enjoying that vacation, huh?
I can't say enjoying it, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got
bored as hell.
Gotta do what he gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Who just
make it do what it do.
Marlon's in the house. What's up, big Marlon?
Marlon, what's up?
I was about to ask you something. You look good yourself, brother. I was about to ask you something real wild.
Echo.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
No, that was them. That was me. I was
Oh yeah. Whatever you can ask me after the show. If you got,
I ask you after the show.
Man, I feel good though, man. I feel good.
And I just realized, Black Lip. Now he don't want to talk because it's on him. You see that?
Exactly.
He trying to catch us off guard. Oh, now we can wait till after the show. No, let's talk about it now.
No, man.
I just peeped that. I wasn't even paying attention at first. I was like, hold on. He tried to pull a fast one on us.
Once again, are y'all sharing on your group? No. For the conversation. It's just sharing. Hey, anybody that's on here, Marlon, if you got a Facebook and everything, you're on there, share in the group page, man. Share in your groups. You know what I'm saying? So people can actually, be a part of it in a bigger way, a bigger sense. You know what I mean? You get it all at once. You don't have to send it to everybody one at a time. So I'll just see the group thing works a lot better. But we're about to get started. Give you in 1 more minute, 60 more seconds, and we're gonna get this show popping. You know what I mean? Any of the Fuel families out there, if y'all in there, I need to go in the Fuel. Lit, are you part of the Fuel group? Let me see.
I don't think so.
No. Let me go on here. Gotta go into the Fuel group as well. Make sure that make sure the family's in. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. What did I do? 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, Ducky Fresh. Oh. Y'all don't know about that.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, Phil.
I know you don't, man.
Yeah, nothing at
all. All right. Oh, there it is. Damn it. Where is it? Where's my dad going? Looking for my family on my group page. Y'all ready, man?
Yeah, we've been ready. Waiting on you.
What? Started right. Well, I just want to make sure, man. All right, man. All right, we about to go ahead and get it started. Hope you guys are in here. Anybody else that's not in here yet, then get in here. How about that, bud? How about that? All right, man. Let's go and get this baby started.
Let's get it crazy.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
Hey, what's up? It is Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays, y'all, and it's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat Boy in the building, you already know what type of time we on. We are here.
Black living the place to be as always. Let's go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all know, y'all seen the title. Y'all know what this show is about. Man, of course we gotta talk about it. I mean, it's what's happening. We gotta talk about it. You know what I mean? So share. Like we want to be able to see your. I wish Fat Boy give me a heads up when he leave.
I know he will be getting up and taking out.
Burn out. Hey, but anyway, besides all that, man, why you been doing? Let us know when you can burn out, dog. Anyway, besides all that, you guys, we really want to hear you guys' opinion. You know, you guys been watching the trial. Y'all been watching the P. Diddy trial. Y'all seen what the verdict has come back as to what it is, and you know the time that he made. Well, the final verdict lifted. The final verdict come out for the date for the hearing. No,
yes, the verdict is out.
The verdict is out.
The verdict is out. He got convicted on 2 of 5 counts.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to get they tried to get release until the sentencing date. But they denied that. So he's gonna be in jail for at least another month.
For the sentencing.
At least until he gets sentenced.
Okay.
And so even with that, you know, a lot of times when they stay in till sentencing, they try to get like if they file an appeal, they try to get released pending appeal.
Right.
But you know, they still might not even let him out. So, you know, I just think they want to keep him in there. But
what do you guys think of? I mean, this thing I think to be, man, has been just a circus, a hoax, something more than just basically these charges. Than what I think it was more so to mess up his reputation for one. What do you guys think?
It was a waste of money.
A lot.
It was a waste of a lot of federal money. Now,
what about money he got to spend?
What I want, hey Maisha, what I want everybody to understand is that I am not saying that P. Diddy is a good dude because he's not.
Right.
I mean, look, he a dirty, nasty freak.
Yep.
Now, is some of that stuff illegal? No.
Right.
Some of the stuff he did to facilitate his freakhood is illegal.
Right.
Which is what he got convicted of. Now, once again, they wasted a lot of government federal money just to prosecute him, just to get him. I don't know who he pissed off. I don't know the Illuminati or whatever. You know, he done went against somebody and he done told something. But yeah, they, like I said, it was a waste of money just for a dude that was a freak, and everybody knew he was a freak. All the people in Hollywood knew it. You know, everybody that hung around him knew it. But once again, a freak is a freak.
Yeah. I mean, but this is the thing though. I mean, you basically have parties. You have, you know, you basically maybe overdid a lot of shit that you probably shouldn't have been doing. And I don't, to be honest with you, like I said, you know, the whole part of him beating up Cassidy, beating her up or whatever, you know, is yes, he basically paid $10 million. They settled that already.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So of course he's going to still show guilty in this particular one on those, you know, those charges or whatever. But I just don't understand how it had to go so far as to, you know, making it seem like, you know, racketeering was, you know, like he just had a whole crew, like he wasn't making money.
I said this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I said this. I said all that shit go drop, right? Excuse my language. I said that. Sorry to cut you off, but I said that. It's foolishness. I think it all stems back from the liquor deal. I'm really starting to believe it now. I think sometimes we be talking about conspiracy theories, but it's looking like he pissed them off by raising the alarm on how, because he was an African American and they wasn't taking him as serious, and they used his likeness and they used who he was to grow their brand, and they said that they was going to do something and they did not, and he exposed that, and they was on his ass. I gotta say it, right? They was on him for it. And what they did was, like you said, to go to your point, Black Liv, what they did was they exposed the freakiness, right? Basically tried to assassinate his character, right? They up a ton of charges, right, for no apparent reason. Like Black Cliff said, to your point, wasting good taxpayers' money to make a mockery out of anybody, right? For the sake of a billionaire. And that's what we need to start to talk about, right? How much influence and how much money do you have to where you can have the FBI illegally, because this is all illegal, y'all. And if he's smart, I put belt to everybody behind on this, because this is all trumped up charges. Even the charge that they convicted him with is it's so many men right now that can go to jail for that. And if that's what we doing, we just creating crimes for the people to fit it. I'm over it, because he didn't receive no money. He paid the prostitutes. So if anything,
it's like yeah. It's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
it's
So
like
it's all a play on words. It's all manipulation.
It is,
and it's all like Black Liv said before hand, that they trying to get some time out of him, right? They're trying to make an example. Look here, excuse my language. Look here, nigga. You are never gonna get bigger than your bridges, right? And I think that we need to start to really ring the alarm on that part of it, right? Yeah, Diddy freaky. Yeah, he beat Cassie, and he should and he paid for that, right? And yes, he should be responsible and accountable for his actions. However, a billionaire and corporations shouldn't have that much tug of war over our personal government to waste taxpayers' dollars just to embarrass somebody. At some point, we have to start to say something.
You hit it right there.
At some point, we have to start to say something and address this as a collective, right? We have to start to take the race out of it, start to take our own personal ideologies and our own morality out of it, and start to say, hey,
but you know that's never going to be but that's never going to be the case if you're a multimillionaire or billionaire. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of this is not only for you, you know, when you have cases like this, you know how much money that makes for the city. You know how much money make it for the attorneys. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's gonna, you know, if you didn't have that, if you was just a regular Most Joe or whatever the case may be, that shit probably would have took 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, and they would be to decide on, hey, no, because they can't make no money out. You can't get no money out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's always going to be the case when it comes to it's just that, you know, some of us get in that position and get ignorant or whatever and think they're more, you know, powerful than anybody else or whatever, and can do what they want to do because, you know, they got the money. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I appreciate them the making them an example, you know, because maybe it'll slow him down. Maybe it'll, you know, cut some of this shit off and disrespecting of other people and have him reflect and learn or whatever by sitting in that motherfucking cell. You know what I mean? That had to happen. You know what I mean? Because he was getting away with some definitely bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now, did they deserve like life in prison and shit like that? Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That it's been worse shit going, less shit going on that basically deserve to be in the fucking prison, you know, for life and all that or whatever than this type of shit. You know what I mean? So I believe that to be honest with you, I think he's gonna get probation after this month and time served. After this next season, I mean that's my opinion.
No, he going to jail.
Think? I think he is.
I think he's going to.
For how long? How much you think?
I think like Black Cliff said. I think essentially that's what's going to end up happening. I think they're going to give him probably like a 5-year sentence. They're going to run him concurrent. And what's going to happen is they're going to give him a year served. He going to probably do 2 years, and they're going to let him out on probation.
He gonna get the full Martha Stewart treatment.
Yeah,
he going to a federal camp. Okay, he gonna be there between. They're gonna give him 5 to 10, but I'm telling you, just like you said, Fat Boy, what's gonna happen? He's gonna serve maybe a year, maybe 2. Then they're gonna let him out.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be on probation.
Y'all get in these comments, man. Let us know what y'all think or whatever. I don't see too many comments today.
What a lot of people really need to understand is that the elites in this country, they use this P. Diddy stuff to keep and man, and I don't even want to. I'm trying not to say it this way, but
come on,
to keep the hood quiet,
yep,
to keep the hood occupied.
mm-hmm.
Because what's happening is that people have been spending so much time watching this, they're not even concerned about the bill that
The
just
bill that just
passed.
exactly.
That's gonna
Oh
cut
my
your
God.
SNAP benefits.
Yes.
That's gonna cut your Medicaid for you and your kids. And all these people out here that are sitting at home is gonna have to work for at least 20 hours a month or volunteer somewhere. And man, they are not gonna
Oh,
be
they
happy
coming.
about that.
They coming. They
But
coming strong.
what I'm telling you is all this stuff is it's a distraction. It's a distraction. So Vina, my cousin in here. What's up, cuzzo?
What's up, Vina? She said,
I don't think it'll be probation. They're still making an example of him. That's why I said, Vina.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's gonna get 5 to 10, but he's only gonna serve 2 and 1 or 2, and then they're gonna put him on probation. They're gonna let him out. Look, they let the Crystals out, and they stole millions of dollars.
Yeah, but
millions. But I know, but
go
Trump
back to what,
them, but still.
Yeah, but it go back to what Fuel was saying, man. I hate that it had to go like this, but it's essentially when you get big for your britches, they not coming to pardon you like they pardon the Christies. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to, you know what I mean? They're not going to look after you like they look after the Christies. And I feel I in this situation, I just feel bad for all parties. Because Diddy being freaky and they all freaky, right? And so we start locking people up for being freaky, it ain't gonna be nobody outside. You know what I'm saying? So including the people who sent the FBI to Diddy house for being a freak. You get what I'm saying? Because they had but they say that rumor is that a private investigator was hired by the liquor company. And they sent the PI and he came back with all the info and they told him, like, essentially, look, check this out. We know you freaky, bro, and we gonna end you. Shut up, go back to work, go back to dancing. And he said, absolutely not. He filed a class action lawsuit, and then he was also in the process of starting a black party too, and funding it as well. And he was talking about that as well. So I think that when you are doing things wrong as you get older, as you grow, you start to realize you gotta do things different. And I think the thing about karma, right, in life, right, when you switch up and make the change is when things start to go bad. And this is where it's gonna take perseverance. This is where it's gonna take dedication to really see that you're gonna go on a roll. And then it just shows you that all of them people that you took care of or that you did wrong, right? Vice versa, either or, how they just disappeared on you, right? And it just show you all
that right there is the number one problem.
What's
that? He took care of too many people, and the problem is once you start taking care of those people, when the feds come knocking, they start talking.
Oh, of course.
And so that's
everybody. Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you think there's now. Listen, why you think there's now 36 or 36 civil suits? 36, I think so. They said like 2 or 3 dozen of civil suits now. You know, besides after all this is still money that's going to be going out. This shit, even after this whole thing, once he gets sentenced and everything, it's still not even over for him. It's still going to be, they still soaking that money, buddy. They're going to take that money. You know what I'm saying? And basically that's what made you who you are. Now, when you ain't got that money, you ain't going to be who you are unless, people are forgiving enough to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Venus said exactly. He's going to still have something. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Vina.
They're going to send Diddy to
they're going to send Diddy to FCI Atlanta.
Nah, Diddy going to somewhere secluded, man. They're not putting that man. It ain't gonna be a Tory Lanez situation.
Daisy's in the house. What's up there, girl? God gave him a second chance. I loved it when he kneeled in the courtroom.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
No, this is the thing, man. I to be honest with you, from listening to the whole thing, I for life in prison, I just think it wasn't, and and I'm sure he was scared of that for sure. You know what I'm saying? He had to be scared for that. So hell yeah, I'm gonna drop to my knees and thank God it wasn't life. You know what I mean? I mean, even if that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like you after watching Bill Cosby go through this bullshit, after watching all these other ones that go through this bullshit, how did you not clean your shit up so that won't happen? You know what I mean? So that's the ignorant part of us or whatever that I feel like.
He didn't do no crime, y'all. That's my thing. The only crime he did was beat the girl up. Let's talk about that. That's not what he went to jail for, right? That's the only thing that he did that was a criminal activity. Let's put that on the table. He didn't do no crime.
Influencing, influencing. But being the influence and having the money of being an influencer, understand though, having the money. Listen, having the money that he have and being an influencer or whatever to cause all this stuff to happen. You know what I mean? I mean, what I'm saying, you're using your money to bring prostitution into your city so they can, blah blah blah. That is a crime. That is. That's a crime.
He was going
so it's funny. It's funny he didn't get convicted of trafficking Big Dong John over the across state lines and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
They're throwing attention off of the biggest perv.
Our president. Yeah, we know that.
Our president.
But Daisy, what I want to touch back on with Daisy, the whole God gave him a second chance. If he was that worried about God, he wouldn't have been doing all this crap in the first place.
Well, but like she said, God gave him a second chance.
No. That's just like everybody go to prison talking about they just found God. He wasn't lost.
Some people do
that the whole time.
No. That's back up. That's back up. Some people make mistakes to the point where they don't understand until they get locked up. Until something happens to them. I make mistakes myself until something happened to me. Like, oh Lord, I should have been praying about this. I should have been, you know what I'm saying?
Moses killed 2 people before he became Moses. Let's,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's not just.
So what I'm saying,
I think that's also. It's a great point, Black Lift, right? Because there's 2 sides to it, but I think that's a misconception about how God can change you. Right. And I think that people use it the reason why I say it's a great point you made, people use it so loosely and don't actually change afterwards that it's hard to believe, but it does fix the people who are broken, right? And a lot of the people in the Bible, Noah was a drunk, right? Everybody in there was not like holy saints, and Peter was a killer. He actually crucified Christians prior to running with Jesus. You get what I'm saying? So it's
understand though, that's to be seen. If you still got that second, we can't make judgment on what the person is basically, have remorse for or regrets for and all that stuff. It's to be seen. Now, if he came out and he's still having parties like that, then it's kind of like, okay, you mother sucker, you about as stupid as I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Because now he knows the legalities of what's legal and what's not legal, whatever. He probably still have the parties and just have hoes that's in the city. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I mean, when somebody sit there, dude, you sit in a cell and you they're thinking and understanding or whatever. You know what I'm saying? God could have came on to him like, look, you're gonna get a second chance, but hey, after that, that's a done deal. You know what I mean? It can happen. I mean, I'm just saying. Here, let me go. Let's go. Listen, okay. He felt like he was invincible. It's an entitlement. That's what Venus said.
Look, that man supposedly found God after Biggie got shot.
Well, I don't know about that.
And now here we are back. He's still having freak parties all over the place.
Oh, and Maisha.
So Maisha, she's talking about Bill Cosby. Yeah, Bill Cosby was Roofie King.
Drugging people isn't a crime. Yes.
Yeah. Bill Cosby did drug them.
Yeah.
He was drugging.
So I kind of get her point though too, is that he was providing drugs to all these other, to these people, whatever. That is a crime. I mean, he was providing, although they was doing it, they were doing it with consent and voluntarily. Let's go.
Listen, I've been since I was a kid. I've been in rooms with cocaine.
Rita, what's the name, man?
And I never did no cocaine.
Jill says, I agree. I'm just waiting for some proof to come forward on the other crimes they acted like they had so much stuff. It makes me wonder what was not allowed in court that we didn't see. Look, there ain't nothing.
The videos.
They
There's
said
a lot
some
of
of the
videos.
nastiest stuff.
Yeah. They said, I mean, some of the videos of the sex act, all that stuff was allowed in court that we didn't even see.
And Jill, baby, you ain't seen it, but I'm telling you, if they said some of the nastiest stuff, and I'm sitting there like, he did what? What the? Oh man, okay. They really trying to smear this dude telling everything.
Daisy says exactly. Fuel, Marlon. Facts, Black Lip. Folks not used to standing on what they do and being held accountable. So I mean, it's both ways. I mean, yes, but then Daisy says we turned our lives around when something bad happens to us, which is true. This is true. Moms and
most of the time what happens.
What's up, Mom? Sometimes it takes something too severe to bring you back. That is true. That's my point. That's what my point was. Sometimes something can happen that bad or whatever. He never been in jail ever. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a wake up call to him as well. I don't know why y'all smile there. Go ahead.
He was hanging out with TD Jakes too.
Oh yeah, he was.
I know he was. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back because Marlon, I see where you was getting at. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. But this is the thing. Hold on. But this is the thing. Was the fact of him hanging with TD Jakes for the gospel, or was TD Jakes hanging with him for the
booty,
for the stuff? Exactly.
Hey,
that's
man,
the difference.
I ain't gonna smut the bishop on TV.
Nah, look,
if he was there, he was there. God dog.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Well, no, he should have been there. So I just say what the hell I want because.
Well, wait a minute. You just said maybe he was trying to counsel him and said, "Man, stop rubbing that on your chest. Stop that."
Boy, that's too much baby oil.
Yeah, stop all that, man.
I can't pick up nothing in your office. Damn, I can't pick up nothing in your office.
Baby oil on his chest.
I slid down the hallway.
Let me ask y'all something. What do y'all think about the? What do y'all think about the
baby oil on his chest?
Listen, what do y'all think about
baby oil?
Can y'all? What do y'all think about? Shit, I can't even get the question out. What do y'all think about the fact that after they read the verdict yesterday, and the women out there, they was crunchy, looking, but they was putting baby oil all over.
Look, man, I already told you. There's a certain type of people that just love all this crazy stuff and want attention. Mm-hmm. And basically, like I said, it disturbed me. It disturbed me a lot. I was like, wow. Right. Y'all riding and dying with Diddy for that much? That man ain't never did nothing for you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it, but
and then the thing is does it feel like that he's getting away with something?
No, he didn't do nothing, man. And the only thing I think he's going to jail for, and this is real, I'm talking about karma. He took people's stuff. He took advantage of people. That part of like people's careers, and he did things like that. So he get
true.
Bro, it is senators. It is so many people in society right now that is doing it more than what Diddy is doing, man. It's and true. Way freakier and really paying hookers and all of that. And so we're not gonna just make it seem like he just out here going out, right? He just being a you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's not a crime. And if we send people to jail for being a freak, watch out, y'all.
I've said that over and
Patricia,
over.
What's up, Patricia? BP Banks, what's up?
He's a freak. Mom said the bottom line is, if you pay attention, everyone who has been saying or attempting to do anything to encourage the Black community, they are going to end you. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Diddy said he paid for all his sins to a priest.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my God. Hey guys, long time.
Hey, what's up, Patricia? Long time no see. What's happening?
Mom says sometimes, huh? Oh,
Jill said that.
Jill said sometimes, though, if you keep getting away with stuff, you get worse. Right. That's true. Maybe even feel unstoppable. That's why I said it's to be proven. It's to be proven once he get out or whatever, if he learned anything by it or whatever, and see what he does afterward. I mean, he's had helped a lot of people, before he went in and stuff like that. Maybe he'll just focus on those type of things as opposed to, especially doing. Does he still have his label?
No.
He still got all this shit.
He still got the label?
Nah, he sold, man. Bad Boy sold, man.
Is it?
That sold a long time ago. Bad Boy dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even, just show you how long I've been in my music, man. It's been a while. Okay. Patricia, I look at it like this. A freak is a freak. Either you're in or out. True. He said that he donated enough money for his sins. He feels like he's unstoppable. That's what BP said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marley. I think Diddy is a
chameleon.
He's
an opportunist. Of course he is.
Well,
that's how he got to where he is.
Yeah. That's basically he's been that. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Mom says, just like with Bill, those women participated willingly until they couldn't get what they wanted. Now they say, "Me too." 20 years. This is a distraction and a ploy to destroy Black influential men.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. That part
I ain't
right
gonna disagree. I ain't gonna. I agree.
I had to sit back and just look at that now. I mean, I'm like,
listen. Bill Clinton was on an island when pedophilia was going on, and he ain't in jail. Fans ain't kicked in his though.
So Trump. And Trump's been point of all this shit. He's been part of all this shit all this time.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So is it a thing or what we doing? You know what I mean? Like, tell me something. Like, tell me something different, people.
Patricia said, my opinion is he should have had not guilty on all 5 counts because no one held that gunpoint. That part right there. But once again, Patricia, the thing was they were going to convict him of something.
Of course. Yeah. And just and basically, like you said, the whole prostitution part of it is, that's ridiculous. Come on, man.
They convicted him. They convicted him on the outrage of him beating Cassie.
Yeah. Which I understand you already paid for that through the civil suit, which is crazy.
I wouldn't have paid her.
He still has Bad Boy. He changed the name because he was sued by 112.
112.
Oh,
I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now. Bad Boy is still there.
Yeah. Okay. Serious question though. Can we celebrate his music again? Good question, Jill.
Once again, it comes down to.
Can we still listen to R. Kelly?
Wait a minute. No. So it's funny. It's funny that my wife asked this question because we have been arguing about this very thing a while ago. So the thing is like, okay, can you still listen to man? See, that's when you get old, you forget stuff too quick.
But the song?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, yep. People they still do.
She thinks no because he beat
up Rihanna. Right.
And I said, can you separate the artist from the act? And I brought this up a few weeks ago. I was like, how long do you have to like hold somebody accountable after they've already been held accountable and admitted their problems and move forward? Can they ever earn redemption? So y'all still with Chris Brown?
Huh?
I do.
You said what?
I do. Chris Brown?
Because
listen. I kind of sometimes if it's music playing, I do have I don't listen to who that person, just because of whatever their personal lives is. I listen to the music. And if the music's something that touches me, something that relates to what I've been going through, and I can like feel or whatever the case may be. I mean, just like, to be honest with you, I'm no. Some people might get mad I say that, but I don't give a damn what y'all say. R. Kelly's still the shit. I'm still gonna listen to it, even though he did the bullshit that he did or whatever.
Yeah.
If that's the song that moves me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I believe I can fly is going to give me motivation in the morning to get on out there and do what the fuck I need to do to get successful. Oh well, so be it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be like, I can hear, I can fly. Oh shit, I mean, listen to that motherfucker.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I just can't do it.
you can separate the artist from the art.
Yes.
And so basically that's what I said. And like I said with Chris Brown, look, Chris Brown got some bangers. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff. Now, do I like? But that don't mean I like the fact that he beat up Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? But I have to. And once again, how long is the time before you can forgive somebody for something, or you can quit throwing that up in their face?
How long?
And they was whooping each other ass too, Jill. So
trust me, I know.
That
yeah,
situation is a lot deeper.
But you still don't put your hands on a woman, so.
Well, yeah, and that's
she was whooping his ass.
Put it like this. Put it like this. Even if I listen to his music or something like that, or whatever.
What you say. She was whooping his ass, y'all.
Put it like this. I don't care if I was listening to his music or whatever the case may be, but would that be a person that I would hang around? Would that be a person that I can be friends with? No, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? If R. Kelly was like, hey man, let's hang out, bro. That's what I'm saying. Nigga, please, you better get on. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If
R. Kelly got out, whatever. Man, let's hang out. It's crazy.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, hey, I'm cool with on that. Yeah, all right.
Exactly.
Because I'm not hanging
That's the
around
problem.
With a little girl.
He wasn't. Patricia said he wasn't even charged with a battery. Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't charged with battery nowhere.
And here's the point, Patricia. The reason, and that's why the statute of limitations ran out. So therefore, they was going to find some way to get him locked up, and this is their way to do it.
Yeah. Diddy will be fine because his money is long. Yeah, it's true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like he's not going to go broke. I don't think. I think, to be honest with you, if he come out, I mean, he's still gonna have, I think he's still got most of his businesses
and
anyway.
Cash.
And he might end up suing.
My $10 million back.
right. You did you sign an NDA or something like that?
I want my daddy's records.
Right.
I want my daddy's records.
What'd you say, Liz?
I said I want my daddy's records.
Read that.
No.
All right, Mom said that was 25 years ago, and he went to jail and keep messing with him. No respect, but Chris Brown and R. Kelly still gets play, period. Who are we to judge and cancel someone? That is why they're able to do this. Exactly, Mom. Once again, there has to be, to me, a period of time, and I mean, if it's 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the case it is, you have to separate the artist from the art. And to me, that's the whole thing. And so you're gonna boycott Chris Brown because he beat
Patricia's
he beat Rihanna's ass.
Patricia said R. Kelly asked me to go anywhere.
I'm going
in flying colors.
All right, Patricia, you gone, girl.
All right.
I ain't going nowhere near that dude.
I don't like partying with minors, Patricia. That's my only thing.
Well, I mean, as a matter of fact, is there a time?
I did there?
Is there a date for R. Kelly to get out? Is there how many years did he get? Did they say?
Look, that dude crying right now trying to get out.
Yeah, because they beating up R. Kelly.
Yeah, man. How many years did they give him? I don't remember. Anybody remember?
No.
Yeah, out there listening. How many years did R. Kelly get? Huh?
30 something.
Is it 30?
They gave him some years.
Let me ask y'all this then. Okay, let me ask y'all this. If R. Kelly got out, and did an album, would y'all listen to it?
It's gonna be fire.
If it's good, hell yeah.
Right. That's what I said. That's what
I mean, but you can't get out and just release some bullshit. Be like,
okay,
R. Kelly back. No.
Okay. So, do you believe that being in the jail that long that he may have a second chance in life or whatever the case may be, and be changed, or a changed man?
Do I think that he will be?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't got no choice. You can't be out here raping minors and pissing on them once you get out of prison.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, but you basically, I mean, yeah. But I'm just saying to your question earlier, whatever, as being, you know, a second chance of being forgiven, or whatever the case may be, it is possible
Okay,
for
but we didn't
anyone.
see him. We didn't see him fall to his knees and be praying to God and all this stuff.
No, we seen him do that on. We seen him on the. We seen him do that on. What's the name's interview? Was it Barbara Waters? Which one interview? Who interviewed?
Oh, Gayle King.
Gayle King.
Gayle King's interview.
Yeah, he fell in.
He's sitting there talking about Robert.
Why y'all keep with me?
Robert, why y'all keep messing with me, man?
Right.
So R. Kelly's closest release date is December 21st, 2045.
Ooh, my God. Damn.
2045.
I didn't know it was that long.
That's a long time.
I told you got 20 or 30. I remember it was like 33. It was something crazy.
25?
20 years.
20 more years?
It was.
You got 20 years
for me. Oh my God, man. That's crazy. Okay. That's the new millennium, young girls and sugar daddies. Mm-hmm. True that. That part. What do you mean that part? Go ahead. Oh, that part. I don't condone what they did, but our president has 36 felonies and are not taking about that. And was or not taking about that or talking about that. Is that what you mean? Or that what you mean, Mom? Who did R. Kelly what? Well, we ain't not gonna get there, Patricia. Who he raped? I mean, his ex-wife. Let me do this. His ex-wife, basically, you know, had hollered rape. One of the girls or whatever that he was convicted about hollered rape or whatever. So, you know, they said that basically that's what happened. That's what he did. It's my understanding that jail will change. He does look very, very different now. Who? R. Kelly or
I have no doubt jail will change you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Victor, are you frozen, Liv?
Yeah, I am. I don't know what's going on.
I'm fighting for my life. Right, that's what R. Kelly is. I'm fighting for my life.
Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Who? Patricia. Who? I'm missing something, y'all. I mean, I get all these little one words. I don't know what y'all talking about when y'all with these one words. Oh, there Fat Boy is.
I'm back.
All right. Man, all right, man. Yeah, y'all killing me today, boy.
No, I had to get Grandma out the background. She was going up back there.
Grandma.
She was cracking and cackling. I'm like, hold on, Grandma. Come on. We live.
All right, man. It's that time, man. Y'all know, yeah. I know we live. It's that time, man. For some reason, I don't know, the lift was freezing a little bit, so we're gonna get back with him in a minute here. He'll be back in just a second. But it's that time for my man Fat Boy. And y'all know what it is. It's History and Blackness, baby.
Where my music
Let's see what we got today. Huh?
Where my music at? You messing up the production, man. No.
You don't hear the music?
Hear no music. No, you don't. You hear it.
You tripping up. Huh.
Ain't no music. There we go.
Excuse me.
We didn't play the wrong music. Hey, man, come get fuel.
No, that was the right one. That was the right one. History and Blackness, baby. Let's go.
History and Blackness. Welcome to another segment of History and Blackness. I got another special one for y'all. Mr. Mark Edward Dean, born March 2nd, 1957 in Jefferson City, Tennessee. He is an American inventor and computer engineer whose innovations helped lay the foundation for modern personal computing. Raised in a working class household, his father's aptitude for technology, reportedly building a tractor and a homemade computer in his youth. He earned a BS in electrical engineering from which is a bachelor's in science and electrical engineering from the University of Tennessee in 1979, followed by a master's in science from Florida Atlantic University (HBCU) in 1982, and a PhD in electrical engineering from Stanford University in 1992. Dean joined IBM in 1979 and quickly became a pivotal figure, serving as chief engineer on the team that developed the first IBM personal computer in 1981. He co-authored 3 of the original 9 patents for the IBM PC, co-developed the industry standard architect ISA bus, which allowed external devices to be connected to the computers, and played a critical role in creating the color graphics adapter. Dean's contribution earned him historical recognition. In 1995, he became the first African American named an IBM Fellow, the company's highest technical honor. He was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 1997 for co-developing the ISA bus, and was elected to the National Academy of Engineering in 2001. He also led the team that developed the first 1 gigahertz microprocessor in 1999, a milestone in computing speed and performance. After a distinguished career at IBM, where he eventually served as vice president and chief technology officer, Dean transitioned to academia and now serves as the John Fisher Distinguished Professor at the University of Tennessee. With over 20 patents to his name, his legacy is a testament to Black excellence in STEM and a beacon of inspiration for generations to come.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's another one, you guys. History and Blackness with Fat Boy.
I'll be pulling them out the crates on y'all.
Yeah. Like I said, man. How did they get patents?
You apply with the patent office.
I mean, is this something expensive?
With the trade? No, it's not that expensive.
You got to get the trademark first, and then the patent. Is that how?
A patent is a part of an intellectual property. So you have patent, trademarks.
Once you get the patent, once the patent's approved, then you can get a trademark on it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, like the extent of time that it, because I might want to invent something. So let me know. So
it depends on what it is. If it's something electronic, it can go for like decades. But if it's certain things like right now, the intellectual property on a bunch of Disney stuff is like going away. So like Winnie the Pooh, the copyright on Winnie the Pooh and fell out. So that's why I don't know if you saw they made a horror movie with Winnie the Pooh in it. It was like Pooh and something honey. So now anybody can use like Winnie the Pooh's likeness. In all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh no shit! How long does
it was Winnie the Pooh, blood and honey.
But so it can't be renewed.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
How long do they last? What? Only
I think like for cartoons and stuff like that, I think it's 25 years or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But Winnie the Pooh been out longer than 25 years.
Yeah. Well, but so Winnie the Pooh, the actual book, was written way before that. But then when the cartoons came out, that was something
that copyright. Disney's
copyright. That copyright.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Disney's copyright for Winnie the Pooh. And so patents can actually vary, and I think the strongest is a copyright because it lasts like 75 years after you die as well. And so
in perpetuity.
But a patent, I think in perpetuity. I think the patent, great point. In perpetuity, which means funds, y'all, for people who don't in residuals.
right, so
but no,
Vina, for Vina, the chat's
yeah, but
delayed. No, it's not.
It's
not
patent
delayed.
holds
Hold
a
on, let
lot
me
of
tell
weight.
her.
We got it fixed, Vina. I think my computer. Look, Daddy
No,
needs to
no. The
spam
chat's
up in
not
this
delayed.
chat.
It's because I put up the chats as they come along or whatever, and it's probably me putting them up at a certain time. And that's
Oh, okay.
because I have to wait till one of our guys when we finish speaking. I put up the so there's no delay. Okay, but just keep on talking
You leave
to
my
us.
cousin alone.
Keep
Vina,
on talking to us. Keep
what it
on talking
is
to us.
that some of the chats are on different platforms, so you won't see them.
I just explained what it is.
They're on different platforms, so she won't see them.
So she see it. Anyway, all right, man. Let's go to the next.
Man, get your friend, fat boy.
Hey man, Black Lil, come get your cousin.
All right. All right, we got this next one, man. So, and you might have to, because I may have a different perspective from what you guys may have on this one, but this one right here is capability of meeting people where they are. Growth is not linear. Can you respect the process? Talk to me.
No, move on.
How you gonna shut up? Go ahead, fat boy, because you the one, you said this one. So
I want to see what you think. I want to see where you go with this first.
The capability of meeting people where they are. Are we talking about in a relationship?
In general. This
in general?
And the reason why I like this topic is because this is in general. This could be relationships. This could be platonic relationships. Mm-hmm. This could be friendships, right? This just could be in communication in general. And the reason why I brought this up is because as a case manager, a large part of my job is meeting people where they are, right? Mm-hmm. And so I go through a lot of these trainings and developments, and it makes you look at things a little bit different, right? On mm-hmm. approaching people. So I think that so that's basically what it is. So I want to kind of give you your perspective, and then I'm gonna
go. Let's see. I can basically respect, the process of learning or who people are and what they do and what they're accountable about or whatever when it comes to just me and knowing somebody generally, right? But when it comes to relationships or whatever, we have to be on the same level. In other words, it's like, yes, I can respect the process of learning about someone and what their lifestyle is or what their personality is and stuff like that or whatever. Because I mean, everybody, everybody, especially dating on dating sites, everybody always I want this and this and this and that or whatever the case may be, and that ain't who they are. You know what I mean? So, you have to really learn who that person really is or whatever, and you have to be able to respect who they are and move on if it's something that's not compatible to you, that you like or whatever. If I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of what I get from it.
So you said no, you can't meet people where they are. Essentially.
No, I just said yeah, I can.
So fat boy, what Fuel said is exactly what I was going to say. Is that this conversation or this topic is so nuanced that you have to look at it from the macro. And what I mean by that is in what situations. Okay? So you in your work capacity or your job, you have to meet people where they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because that's part of your job.
Right. You have to. Yeah.
When you're in personal relationships, at what point does trying to meet someone where they are lead to your detriment?
Mm-hmm.
I think
you know what I mean? At what point is it that? So I once again, I have friends that are trying to meet someone where they are, and in that point, they're trying to turn them into something that they're never going to be.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I think that's not meeting people where they are, right? I think that's
but once again,
where they are, right?
But once again, why do you have to?
If I'm meeting you, where you are, in general, right? In all relationships, I think that a big part of the reason why our society is the way it is, right? Because we don't meet each other where we are, right? We don't want to educate each other, right? We don't want to have uncomfortable conversations, right? And we don't want to, like Jill said, see it from another person's perspective. And what I've learned is my work has taught me how to communicate better as a father, right? Because I'm learning to also meet my daughter where she is, right? I'm also learning to meet when I speak to women, right? Meet them where they are. But also, you made a great point, Black Lip. I'm going to double down on what you said. What I've also learned is there is understanding where your emotional capacity is when you no longer meet people where they are, right? And I think that that's also a teaching point, right? I think
but that's
also
the
something
circle of
where
life.
you learn. Yeah, you're right. That's also something where you learn about yourself. So, okay, hey, today I can't. Today you're able to articulate that. Today I can't meet you where you're at today. I'm not for that today, right? And that's able to open up a conversation. But I also feel like if in everything, just because, prime example, just because y'all don't go to church every day don't mean I'm like, go to church, Fuel, go to church, Black Lip. I'm meeting y'all where y'all are. I talk about God, how I talk about God, but I don't overdo it. You get what I'm saying? I meet people where they are. When I meet as a father and with Sky in school, and I wanted her to be this genius and get it quickly. But what I've learned is when I met her where she was able to learn on her own. And then all of the things that I had implemented in her, it showed in her report card, right? It showed in the not just in the results, right? But in the comments that were left, right? So that means that because I met her where she was, and because I did not project what I felt she should be, right? I think a lot of times we think meeting people where they are is projecting on how you think they should be. I think really essentially meeting people where they are and say, okay, hey, you're not comfortable today. But I want to double down on what you said, Black Lip, because you made a great point. That's where setting healthy boundaries come in, right? Because now I'm able to say, hey, I'm not going to allow you. I can meet you where you are, right? But I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me. And if you can't do that, I'm going to put a pin in it today. But what I've learned about from my work is I can put a pin in it today, but I can come see you Monday, right? And I can come back Monday with a different approach, with a level of patience, with a different level of grace, and not expecting you to change, but I change, right? I grow, right? But I had a situation where I was where you were, Black Lip, where I didn't have the emotional, to your point, where I didn't have the emotional capacity to continue to meet a person where they was. So I backed out, right? And that's also okay, right? That's also there's nothing wrong with that as well, right? And I think that understanding that in the dichotomy of those two things is very important in meeting people where they are.
Well, I think that you in life make a choice when it comes to your daughter, your relationship, your friendships, or with whoever that you are. You know what I'm saying? And some people are worthy of meeting them where they are. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not worthy of meeting them where they are. Some people are not. They're not worthy of meeting them where they are. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be able to dissect that or whatever. You just because you're trying to be a better person or understanding or something like that does not mean you can meet them where they are. You know what I mean? Because basically, some people has a whole different perspective, a whole different look, a whole different way of being raised. As to how they feel things, and they feel like they're more right than wrong. You know what I mean? So you cannot, because you cannot communicate with them. You cannot talk to them in a sense or whatever of meeting them where they are. You know what I mean? So it can go both ways from what you guys both just said. I think it can go both ways or whatever, that you can for some, but not for others, to be honest with you.
So there's a few key, there's a few key points that you hit on. But the one thing that I would like to say is that it's different for your daughter. It's different for people that you love.
Right.
Okay. You will meet them where they are, but just like in life, just because you meet them where they are does not mean that you have to stay there.
True. True.
Does that make sense?
Or accept it.
You meet
Or
them where
accept it, though,
they
right?
are, and it's cool. I can meet you where you are, but I don't have to stay there. If we can talk and we can figure out, okay, we cool or we ain't cool. And that's what it comes down to. Yeah, of course, we should all be able to meet people where they are. But once again, we don't have to stay there. And where that comes about, it comes about when I tell people all the time is that people will only treat you the way that you allow them to treat you.
True.
And so basically, if you keep putting yourself in their shoes enough to where it's to your own detriment, there's going to come a point where it's time to move on.
Right.
Now, of course, you can't do that. I can't do that with my wife. You can't do that with your children.
Right.
But you can meet them where they are, and you can get down on their level and get to where you can understand each other.
Right.
Once you understand each other, you've met each other. You've met each other where you are. Okay. But from that point, where it goes from there is going to either be up or down. And you just have to expand from there. You don't have to stay at that meeting point.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay. Let's get some of these comments real quick. Where'd I leave off at?
Jill says, absolutely. I try to put myself in everyone else's shoes. This helps me understand better, and then I'm able to meet them where they are. And Jill is great at that. Me, not so much.
That's a good practice, though, too, is to be able to, try to put yourself in a seat and see how your thoughts would be in order to understand how that person is thinking, and then, kind of proceed from that point or whatever. So that's a smart thing to do. I just don't, in real time, sometimes I don't think of it that way. In real time, it's kind of like,
She said it also helps to learn about other races, cultures, religion, politics, and other genders, and other ways of processing information. Right on, as always, Jill.
Yeah, very true.
Right on the head.
She says, Fat Boy, I agree with you. It takes effort to see how other people live, love, think. Some people don't want to be bothered.
Like me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, right here.
And I'm okay to... And I'm okay, and that's the beautiful thing is meeting you. I learn information about you that way. If I'm meeting you where you are, I learn that. Okay, like with the Diddy, I could be like, well, this or with a topic, I can say this, I can say that. But that's how Black Lip is. It don't make him good. It don't make him bad. That's who he is, right? I meet you exactly where you are, right? And it allows me to process information, but then also be empathetic when you say things.
Hit that one.
Jill said we were sitting in a waiting room with a little boy that was obviously autistic. He was struggling. We could have been irritated with him, but we chose to try to understand and engage with him.
Now that I'm good at that. You know what I mean? It's
that's different. Everybody, I think I'm gonna say probably 90% of people are okay meeting somebody at their level for short periods of time. He wasn't going home with that little boy. I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't his teacher, or I wasn't anything like that. Hopefully, everybody has enough compassion and capacity to do that, even in short.
Everybody's not, though. That's the thing.
I know they're not.
Everybody's not. That's the bad part. But I'm definitely. I mean, I've done that as several times. Whatever, where someone would look at somebody in the waiting room or something like that, or wherever we are, kind of prejudging, you know what I mean? As opposed to me, I'm just kind of like, especially if they're looking at me my way, I'm just kind of like, I'll try to have a little fun with them or, talk to them or something like that or whatever. And, you get these looks from other people like, damn, why are you talking to them? You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. So I get it.
I know you selling cars. I know you done had badass kids running all over the place.
Not only just the kid, even the customers. I mean, I've had customers, man, that you think they were like on some type of drug or whatever when they come in. You know what I'm saying? And they basically, everybody else don't want to help them when they see them. They just like, not even that. Just let's put it this way. I have customers that are like 70, 80 years old that haven't bought a car in probably like 20 something years. And they're so needy as to understanding on buying the process of buying a car now, where I've had salespeople And even managers didn't have the patience to actually, you know what I'm saying, to talk to this person, to understand, you know, they're gonna have 50 million questions. I have other people's customer that actually come to the dealership, and I had to go over the whole process of them hooking up their car, their
Bluetooth
system and every Bluetooth, all that stuff to their car, and going over it again. And sometimes I go back into a dealership, and they be like, "Man, why do you have so much patience for them? I just can't do it. I just can't, you know." Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basically good at that, you know, at that type of thing. So, you know, and I just have the patience or whatever of meeting them where they are.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I do have that. All right, man. Do we got any more? Do I got any more chats? Make sure I don't miss no chats. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
That's it. All right. So
V say true.
True. All right, man. So it's that time. Y'all know what time it is. Dear brothers and sisters. Dear brothers and sisters. All right, man. Did I put up a thing for this? No, I didn't. I just because it was a long question. It was a long question. Yeah.
Mom's killing us now.
What you said.
No,
right,
for real.
This is a long one. There we go, you guys. Who want to read it? Y'all want me to read it?
I'll read it.
Yeah, you the dear brother and sister guy.
Dear brothers, if you reconnect with someone and you haven't dated in a while, what do you think is the right amount of time to disclose details of your past relationships? And how long it's been since you've been intimate with someone else, or the fact you haven't been dating for a long time?
See, it was so long that I ran out of characters on my.
I know, man, that was long. You didn't have enough characters.
I had to go to the subtitle to actually put it up there. Who want to go first? Who want to go first?
Fat Boy, I'm gonna let you go because my answer is gonna be real short and real sweet. Go ahead, Fat Boy. What you got?
Mind your damn business, mama. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Bob. I'm just clowning. I'm clowning. That's actually a great question. That's a nuanced question, mama.
Especially if you reconnected with them and they trying to be all up in the business.
Because because you're not privy to that information no more. Can I be candid? Because I'm out to do.
Go ahead.
Of course,
you're not privy to that information no more. Yeah. I don't think you should be expecting it. I think you should allow it to come organically. And if it does not, then you know how to operate moving forward. However, I think that what I've been experiencing this high level of this expectation of high level transparency when you barely meet someone or when you trying to rekindle, when it's like my growth or my time apart is not gonna happen over dinner, right? We're not gonna unpack everything with you questioning me and you damn near interrogating me about. So to answer the question, I think it's dependent on what you want to do. If you're trying to be serious, I think it needs to be a real conversation on what you're trying. If not, I think you just go with the flow. That's my opinion, and that's what I'm going with. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What? First of all, like, why is it really considered anything as dealing with my past, dealing with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? But to me, I don't think it's anybody's business. For one, I mean, your past is your past. You know. Now, are you making my past an issue? Are you making my past a question to, you know, whether we go further or not? You know, are you what's the reason of you asking me about, you know, what my past was? You know what I mean? What's the reason behind it? And how long it's been since I've been intimate with someone is really not none of your business. Sometimes, you know, when you get with someone that's in a real relationship or feel like it's going to be a real relationship, most people already tell them at the beginning, you know. Because I'll tell a chick real quick or whatever, man, I ain't had none in a while. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, oh, what's a while? Shit, 3, 4, 5 months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know. So that's kind of like a natural thing. But when it comes to a right time, or detail the past or giving detail of the past relationships and stuff like that, it's kind of like no. I mean, unless I basically want to talk about it, unless I basically had some drama or whatever that I don't want to bring into the relationship we're about to have now, then I'm gonna let you know, like that. This is basically what happened. You know what I mean? But I'm just not gonna volunteer a bunch of information or whatever just cause.
Okay. So I have I have a couple of answers for this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my first one is gonna be my standard one. But it just applied to me. I don't go back. I don't date backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, that's fate telling you that you didn't need to be with that person. So therefore, me going backwards, that's just something I don't do. Because if things would have worked out right or it would have been okay, then we would have stayed together and we would have never broken up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that I look at it. But
so you're saying explain. You're saying. Well, I'm asking. Go ahead. Your thing is if you're explaining or talking about your past, it's almost like going backwards. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about reconnecting with somebody.
I'm talking about the person in general.
Oh, from in general, you wouldn't even reconnect.
I don't go back.
Oh,
I don't go back, man. Like I said, there's too many
reason why you left.
Go back.
Yeah.
And then you actually really realize why the hell you broke up in the first place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's because you wasn't meant to be together.
But
there's a reason you're not together.
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. I partially I get it, but partially I don't, because sometimes you can meet somebody and the timing wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably not have been in a good place. That person probably not been in a good place. Say for instance, if you started dating someone and that person was just divorced, right? And that relationship didn't go further because they still wasn't done with that. But then some years go by or whatever, and you basically end up rekindling with each other, whatever. Now that person's in a better place. You know, I'll probably be in a better place or whatever, and understanding what that past that you had or whatever you had to get through. You know what I mean? So I think, I agree with if it's some dramatic breakup or not talking to from your past, I get that part. You know what I'm saying? If it's something like, that y'all just wasn't even, gelling or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? The niggas feet stink or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Then you don't want to bring that back. That's going backwards. You already know his shit's funky. His hygiene is not good or whatever. Why go back that way? So I get that kind of thing or whatever. But I do think people can meet later on in the future that they're in a better place or whatever the case may be to grow and have a meaningful relationship.
I get that, but I'm still playing devil's advocate. I don't.
Right.
Straight up.
I feel you.
But once again, the way I live my life is not the way that everybody else lived their life. That's just the way that I was. My point was I would never go back. There's a reason. No matter what it is, that's like they said. Like there's an old proverb where somebody was sitting in the ocean waiting for God to rescue him, and he sent 3 boats, and he died. And when he gets to heaven, he's like, man, why you didn't get the 3 boats? Because I was waiting on you to rescue me. Fool, I sent 3 boats.
Well, that's 3 chances.
You know what I'm saying? But I sent 3 boats. But you still didn't get it.
Yeah, but you had 3 chances as opposed to 1 or 2.
Right there, to me, that's just a sign it's over. But moms, to answer your question more candidly,
answer the question.
Okay, no, we don't go anyway. Answer the question. If you are so inclined to go ahead and date somebody back like that, okay, it's cool. But like my wife says, the time you should mention anything like that is if they ask you. Yeah. Other than that, it's irrelevant. That's why the past is behind you and the future is in front of you.
Yeah.
So basically, y'all just keep moving forward. The intimate part, that's also up to you. You don't have to give away, all your secrets, because trust me, he gonna hit it anyway. Mm-hmm. So the point is, you don't have. I'm sorry,
He's gonna want to hit it anyway. That's what you're trying to say.
That boy sitting here sweating. He's like,
no, I'm saying he's gonna want to hit it. We're not talking to Mars. We're giving advice.
that boy like, but I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's it.
That boy like, man, stop. But anyway, so yeah, Mom. I mean, but to keep it within the context of your question, it's you. The perfect time is when they ask you. You should never ever volunteer information that's not asked for when it comes to stuff like this. Now there are certain things like mental health issues and things like that you should volunteer. Stuff like this is not something you should volunteer. If they ask and they want to know, be honest and forthcoming and tell them. Once again, the intimate part that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with anything.
And we really got your answer.
Yeah, and I've learned, just to add context kind of on what Black Lip was saying and just in general, what I've learned is a lot of people who ask a bunch of questions, they really just building a case to not be with you or to find a reason to
you think?
I don't want to say this, to see the way to identify how you're not the one for them. Right. And instead of just saying you're not the one for them, I think people just ask questions they don't want to hear so they can build a case to get rid of you or have an excuse. So when they crash out, they can say, well, you was this kind of person, or you slept with all these people, or you did all of these things. That's because you said, Black Lip made a great point on how really a lot of those things that when you come and asking all these questions is irrelevant because it has nothing to do. You think that you're learning things about people through their past experiences, but that is not the person that is sitting in front of you. And if you try to hold
volunteer information,
if you try to hold somebody responsible for some things that they've done in the past and thinking that that's the person that you with, you have more things to unpack about yourself than that person does, because that means that you want that person. Go ahead.
And depending on the way they phrase the question, Mom, depending on the way they phrase the question, that's where I kind of agree with you, Fat Boy. But for the most part, I don't necessarily agree that they're trying to build a case. But once again, it depends on the context and how they ask you the question.
Exactly.
That's something that's very important. And when in the relationship, if they ask you off trip, then they looking for something. I mean.
Never mind, I ain't gonna say it. BP Banks, what's up? I've doubled back twice and the connection wasn't the same.
So BP Banks is agreeing with me 100% that once again, when you go back, I don't think it's
not going to be the same.
People can't change, but
it ain't supposed to be the same. That if you double back or whatever, it's not supposed to be the same. The thing is it better or is it worse? If it's the same, then that's stupid to even double back from the get-go. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you knew this person wasn't going to change. You know, you already knew what this person is. What are you going doubling back for? You know what I'm saying? But if it's something like I said, it all depends on the situation. It all depends on what reason why y'all quit talking. You know, you can have someone that you went to school with, like college or something like that or whatever, and it didn't work out for y'all when y'all dated back then. And then now y'all grown or whatever the case may be, you experience some things, they have experienced some things or whatever. Now they're trying to learn more about you. And that's you having the correct conversation of, how you've been doing. And it's all in the conversation. It's not even really something to the point where that person could be using as ammo not to be with you. It's just all in the conversation, and it's on you of what you want to share and what not you want to share, period. Go ahead.
Find somebody new.
Right. Go ahead.
Mom says, right, bad timing, but now the timing is perfect. Black Lip, absolutely. No, we don't go backwards, period. Jill says, yes, but a good predictor of future behavior is looking at past behavior.
Woo! Oh, damn.
That part right there.
I got to give you a horn on that one. I agree, Fat Boy. I say get to the point to take back. Yes. True that. Slow to love, where you been? You just come here? You just get here?
That's what it look like. Slow
to love. What's up?
New people.
Thanks for joining. All right, get some likes, y'all. Let me see some likes and stuff like that. I want to see it on Facebook if y'all on Facebook. Let me get some likes so we can get this cracking. All right, man. That's going to that. We did pretty good time again today.
We're good, yeah. Hour 18. That's good.
We be doing. Damn, John, you got to get the exact time. Damn.
Hour 19:04, 06:07.
Right. All right, man. That was a good. That was a good dear brother and sister question. That was a good one.
Very good. Yes.
Continue guys to send those. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, continue to send those. Continue to send those, y'all. That's going to do it for us today, man. We appreciate you guys tapping in. If you got any more, hey, man, why y'all tell me my thing, bro?
Man, I ain't looking at your chest.
No,
yeah, I know.
I just realized y'all must have said something more than made my shit fall. Anyway,
that's your problem. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I know. Thank you guys for tapping in. Once again, we appreciate you guys coming in. As y'all can see, scrolling at the bottom, whatever. Join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and IG. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the notifications and stuff, right? Once again, I appreciate you guys. Of course, I love y'all, when y'all tap in and join me in the show and stuff like that. So continue. What you got, fat boy?
Oh man, I love y'all. I love my co-host. Of course, y'all know that. The comment, every last one of y'all, always great comments, great interaction. Dear brother, dear sister, no shorter than 30 seconds, no longer than it. Send it to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Title it Dear Brother, Dear Sister. And if you want to remain anonymous, write you want to stay anonymous. If not, we will be telling who you are because we want to shout you out. We want to give you love, and we want to also thank you for taking the time to contribute to the content of this show. And so once again, we'll see y'all next week, and I love y'all.
And again, on dear brothers and sisters, on the anonymous part, yeah, definitely let us know if you want it to be anonymous because I just put moms out there and didn't realize it's supposed to be anonymous.
We ain't trying to call nobody out.
Exactly, we ain't trying to call nobody out, man. But just please remind us because I will kind of forget. Go ahead, Liv, what you got?
Hey, I love my co-host. Thank y'all again. Like BP says, happy 4th, everybody. Happy Independence Day.
Be safe, yes.
Happy 4th of July. I just want everybody out there, everybody that's listening, hey, tell two people. Let's keep growing this thing and let's see what we can get going on. All right.
And once again, y'all see our numbers are going up and whatever. So keep on, especially I'm gonna start putting up more shorts or whatever on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So continue to go on there and start liking those too as well, you know what I'm saying? Just to get this monetization going. We about to be there. Thanks, Mom. Great show as usual. I appreciate you guys. And
thank you, Mom.
I guess that's gonna do it for us, y'all. So remember.
If they talk about you behind
we got to say slow.
They
behind you for a reason.
All our illusions will get the parade, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your